In the next couple of days or so, I'm finally going to be fully respraying my Vauxhall Nova. But before I even think about painting the full car, there's still a few tiny little nippy jobs that I have to do to get this car ready for painting and ready for going back on the road. So in this video, that's what we're going to be doing. So by the time you guys see this video, the car should hopefully be resprayed. So by the time you see this video, this car should hopefully have its new paint job, but you will see that in a later video. But for now, we're going to try and get all these wee bits sorted. We've got the bumpers to do, we've got bits to paint on the pillars and stuff. We've just got loads of wee nippy jobs. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's get straight into it. So one of the main things that I want to get completed in this video is painting the bumpers. Now I've been going back and forward with myself thinking what colour to paint these bumpers, and I was going to go with the Carmine Red, the colour of the car, but then these would have came at the factory grey, which I don't like the grey colour, but there's a nice in between which would be satin or matte black. That's what they were like when I bought the car, and I think it just looks right for the age of the car, because I think the back end would look nice for the bumper colour coded to the car, but the front bumper is so separate for the front end of the car that I think it wouldn't suit being red. So I'm going to put these to satin black or matte black, and then we'll just do the nice little red pinstripe tape around the bumper to go with the car. I think that'll be the best idea. I've painted a few of the other trims for the car matte black as well. So I've painted this trim for the boot here matte black. We've done stuff up the front of the car matte black as well. And I've actually painted the grille red if you watched the vlog from last week. So I'll be painting the Griffin badge, obviously silver, but the full grille will be red. So that's colour coded. So I think it would be too much red if we'd done the bumpers as well. So I'm usually more of a fan of the colour coded stuff, but for this car, I feel it's right that we go with a sort of trim colour, matte black or satin black. So I need to get these sanded, so I think we should do that first, and then we can get on to painting them. So it was first off with the rear bumper. This was really easy to remove. I'd pretty much only put the 2 bolts on it, so it was right off. Back bumper off, excuse the suit. I then got round to the front end of the car, took the bolts off the back of the bumper, and that was the front bumper removed as well. So now we can actually start sanding these down. And for actually sanding these bumpers down, I went with a wet sanding technique. Now I was sanding these bumpers with 1500 grit wet and dry sandpaper, and then working my way up to 2000 grit. This is so that the bumpers were super smooth, because we're going to be using aerosol paint to paint these bumpers. And I know some people will be screaming at the fact I'm using aerosol paint to do these bumpers, but as long as you get plenty coats on, get a good finish, they come out really well, and you'll see that once I finish these bumpers. Now for painting the bumpers, the original plan was to take them down to the container where I'd painted the wheels for the car, but unfortunately I can't get that today. So I've got a tent in the back garden. We have a tent in the back garden here. So I've set the bumper up in here, and we're going to give it a bash. We're going to give it a little clean out and stuff, make sure everything's clean as possible, and I mean, it should be fine. We're fully shut off for the elements. I'll shut the door right down, and it should be clean enough. Now weather's pretty good as well, so it's absolutely roasting in here. It's like a greenhouse, so the paint will dry off pretty quickly as well. And we're only painting the bumpers with aerosol paint anyway, so it's not like we're going to get overspray everywhere and stuff like we would with the gun. We're just doing it with a bit of aerosol. It should be enough for bumpers. I've painted a lot of stuff with aerosol and it does last. As long as you put it on right and get plenty of coats on there, it's fine. So I'm going to give this all a clean off, and then we'll get on with a coat on it. So this is the paint I'm going to be using on the bumpers. This is the High Coat Matte Black spray paint. It's pretty good. If you were going to spray it through a gun anyway, it's just with matte black paint and a bit of hardener. So the only difference with this is it's coming through a can really. And like I say, if you get enough coats on there, it's going to have the same amount of protection and stuff anyway. It's only paint at the end of the day. So we'll get some of this paint on, build up some coats, and then hopefully they should be looking pretty good. So it was on with the first coat of matte black paint on the bumper, and with this one I'm just trying to build up the colour. We're not going for a great finish or that, but just trying to get some on there. And after letting that first coat dry into the bumper, I can then get on with a second coat. I'm really trying to build the colour up here this time. I'm doing it a lot thicker and trying to get a smoother finish now. And I didn't bother filming all the coats, but I managed to get about 4 coats on the front bumper. I pretty much used a whole can on each bumper. But now I'm onto that back bumper and I'm just doing the same thing, but it's obviously time-lapsed. The bumpers out to dry for a few hours and they have turned out amazing, man. Look at these up close, they've came out really well. We've got a few wee bugs on the bumper, but they've dried out amazing and that matte black looks so fresh. Here is the front bumper as well. This has came out really nice. It all just looks flat and smooth right along it. There's no patchy bits of that. They've just came out really well. So these bumpers were just done with an aerosol can and it shows what you can do with just aerosol paint. I mean, even up close, like, fresh as in, and really happy how they came out. So we're not quite done with these bumpers just yet. I need to order up the red pinstripe tape that goes around this top bit here and then they'll be ready to go in the car, but right now I don't have that. Now another thing that we could do with building back up is the door shuts, because yesterday I actually painted the door shuts. That's why they look so fresh. So they look really good, they came out really well. But the reason I've done this is so that when I go to respray the car in a couple of days, I don't have to be opening up the door to spray in the door check. I can just leave the door shut and just put a nice bit of foam edge tape around sort of the lip here on the door shut. So this bit's done now, so I need to put the striker back in for the actual door clicker thing. I need to put the vent back in. I can put the kick plate back on for the interior of the car, and then I can put the door rubber back on so that it all seals perfectly. So aye, let's get on with that. So after making sure the door still shut fine with the striker, I could then fit the rubber seal round the door shut, and I could then fit the kicker plate to the interior as well. And how much better does that look now? We've got the interior kick plate back on, the rubber, the striker and the vent back on now, and that door is shutting lovely as well. Listen to that. It's so weird hearing it with a rubber again. Solid. Amazing, man. Really happy with that. So I obviously just need to do the same thing on the passenger side. And there we have it, all built up on the passenger side as well. Nice and fresh. Now that we have the door shuts built up, I actually need to get my new wheels off. So these are my Astra GSI step downs that we put on, painted and stuff. But I need to get them back off for actually painting the car, because I don't want any chance of getting any overspray on these new wheels. So I'm going to be chucking the 13-inch steel wheels back on, which will look a bit weird now, but it'll be better for painting the car. So let's get these off. And that is the steel wheels back on the Nova, and how dull does that look with the steel wheels on it? I used to quite like the look of the steel wheels on it, but after having the nice alloy wheels on it, it looks pretty weird like with the steel wheels on it. But they're back on, it'll make it easier to paint and we'll have no risk of damaging or getting overspray on the new wheels. So there we go. Now another thing I want to get painted on the car today is these little pillars on the doors. Now these are absolutely rotten on both sides, but I sanded them down with 8 to grit, put some rust converter on there, and I just need to scuff them back down, and then I can get some primer and some satin black onto there. So to start off, I masked off the surrounding rubber. This would have been really hard to remove, so I left it on and just masked it off as best as possible. I then started sanding down the pillar with some 240 grit sandpaper. This was just to try and knock off as much of that old rust converter, and then I could work my way up to a nicer sandpaper that was a bit smoother. I then panel wiped the area. This is just water based panel wipe. You could use this or solvent based panel wipe, it doesn't really matter. But this gave the area a good clean and it allowed it to be ready for primer now. I could now give it a couple of coats of primer now. I started off with a light coat and then worked my way up, and I know I didn't do the best job of masking here, but the whole car is literally getting painted in a couple of days anyway, so it didn't matter. After letting the primer dry, I then gave it a first coat of the black paint. And then a second coat as well. And after leaving it to dry, which didn't take long at all, I could unmask it now. And I was really happy how that turned out, so I could now do the same to the other side as well. And there we have the passenger side done as well, and how good do they look? They've been annoying me for a while, like they were just sitting rusty for ages while we were getting on with the rest of the work on the car. But now that we're pretty much finished with the car, those look pretty good now. We just need to clean up the rubber around it and then they'll be looking fresh. Happy with that. And the last job to tick off the list today is to remove the front window wipers. Now I had actually painted these when I first started restoring the car, so they don't need painted, they just need removed for the car to be painted. These should hopefully come off pretty easy. I've had them off before to paint the actual mirrors itself, so... Oh. Washer off, sorry. And then under the wiper itself is another sort of bolt bit, and then a little plastic cover under there which brings that right off. Simple. There we go. And then do this little bolt here, and that'll let us pretty much get the whole plastic cover off as well. Like that. Ta-da! So with all the little nippy jobs out the way now, like painting these pillars, like painting both the bumpers, like taking the window wipers off, that pretty much leaves us ready to respray the car in the next couple of days. So what you'll see in next week's video is actually painting the car, so I hope you're all looking forward to that. Please make sure to watch it because it's been such a journey with this car and it's almost back on the road. So the next piece of the puzzle is getting it painted, so if you can watch that, that would mean a lot. But I'm just about to get this car loaded up onto the trailer and over to my mates, and then we can get this painted. So I will see you all in next week's video. Make sure to come along and watch it. Thank you very, very much for watching this video though as well. Please make sure to like this video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new or you're watching videos and you're not subscribed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. And we've arrived at the car. I've just took the straps off, Dad's getting the trailer up, and then we'll get it off and into the booth pretty much. I am happy to announce that the third coat went well, and that is the paint pretty much dry. I'm going to leave it overnight obviously, but look at that, man, how amazing does that look? Oh my god, it's actually red, it's no primer, it's no rotten anymore. It's actually red.